Good evening, everybody, on this rather loud evening. What with bonfire night and pussycats and poor old little dogs being up. Hopefully we're going to have a lovely evening of mediumship. So again, good evening. Hello to everybody that's online. Lovely to see lots of familiar names and some new names as well. If you're new, this is Thundersley Presents, where I help, or Thundersley and I work together to support working mediums learn and grow and develop or enhance their mediumship on a digital platform. Because online mediumship is a completely different type of style of mediumship to when you're working face to face. There is a lot of need to trust spirit, because there isn't them cues by your lovely comments confirming and giving us feedback. So you are literally, as mediums, you are saying to the spirit world, please, please make sure that I can deliver a message. So we have, as you see, my lovely co-person. I've got my co-boss in the background, which is Rob. We've got the lovely Lizzie. And if you remember, we had Lizzie last month. We've got Lizzie again. And I'm just going to sit back and enjoy her lovely voice, because Liz has a lovely, lovely voice. So good evening, Liz. How are you?
I'm all good, thank you, Claire. Lovely to be back again.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Yes, I hear you have a little one, aka a little doggy at the moment. So for those viewers, obviously we know it is bonfire night. I don't know about you lot, but I know there's loads of thunder bangs. We call them fun bangs in our house. There's loads of thunder bangs. So I've got cats, so they're a little bit jittery, and I know Lizzie said about her dog. So this evening we're just going to have to work with that with our lovely animals. If Lizzie's poor little baby feels a little bit uncomfortable, she may well have to just step off and send it over to me. Vice versa, you might see a cat tail go across my face as it decides to sit on my lap. So let's do some hellos, and we'll open it up to some mediumship, have a chat with Lizzie, and then go from there. So I see we've got the lovely Karen Gibbons on. Hello, Karen. Lovely to see you. Good evening. Love how you're saying good evening to everyone. Hello, Lily. I see you're in. Hello, Natalie. Hi, Kat. Hope you're well. Oh, Lizzie, it's Kat's birthday today. So happy birthday to Kat. I hope you had a lovely day. I hope you got spoiled rotten. Or at least you're having a firework for your birthday on top of a birthday cake. Hello, Heather. I hope you are well. Let's just see if we've got anybody else. That's it at the moment. Hopefully we'll have a few more people. So I know I recognise a few people already on the name. I know there's a couple. Oh, we've got Natalie as well. I know we've got a couple of people who I haven't recognised your names. So I'll just explain what this evening's about. As I said, this is about supporting working mediums to learn and develop, enhance their mediumship on a digital platform. As I said, digital platform is completely different to what it is face-to-face. We have to completely and utterly trust in spirit. With that in mind, this is a safe place to allow Lizzie to explore her mediumship. So if Lizzie either comes to you or brings somebody through and she's drawn to you, or you're drawn to the person that she's describing, please by all means comment. In this situation, it doesn't have to be 100% right. You do not need to meet every single point that Lizzie gives. Generally, it's good too, but when we're doing this development, as we say, it's not necessarily needs to be everything. So if Lizzie's working with an individual that's stepping forward and they're making themselves known and she's giving you that information, if it resonates or some of it resonates, please put that virtual hand up and say, look, I can take it. But also say to Lizzie and myself, but say to Lizzie what you can take. If you can take, for example, Australia, but you can't take a red car, because that's Rob's favourite example, then by all means say, yep, I can take the Australia, but I can't take a red car. And as Rob has said, please mention. The reason being is Lizzie's going to be working in a different type of energy level. She's going to be throwing out that information. And a yes, please, or yes, that makes sense, really doesn't help if she's giving you 5 bits of information. Because spirit will still work with us the same way as we're on platform. However, we don't have that triangle of communication that we have in circle and when we're having churches. In churches and centres, you have spirit at the top, we have the medium, and we have you as the members of the congregation. That energy works. It's a different type of energy when we're online. And yes, this is smiling there because I can instantly feel circle teaching coming in there. So that's not fair, spirit. So, Lizzie, we had you last month, but we may have a few people that have not met you. Tell me about yourself. Tell us about yourself, and then we'll move into some mediumship. I'm going to be quiet for 2 seconds.
Okay, no problem. So, yeah, I've got a golden retriever here who loves chasing the bangs, so that you may hear some banging and some barking. But I'll see how the night goes with him. He's currently asleep, so that's a good sign. In terms of me, so yeah, I do this for fun, really. I've been sitting in circles since about 2014, I think. And so I'm fairly new to doing stuff on platform as well over the last sort of year, and having fun with it.
Excellent. So let's have a go. You did an amazing time last month, and I know that lovely Frank said how much he was impressed with yourself. So Lizzie, I am going to open it up to yourself and say, is there anybody there, shall we say? Is there anybody that you're drawn to, or if you've got somebody that's starting to be a little bit noisy and wants to have a bit of a chinwag with you?
Yeah, so in terms of how I work, I do throw out quite a lot of names, but don't get fixed on them and think that's the only name. They may be around the person or around you, or may not be, but go for that. I also like throwing out some numbers every now and again. So again, it might be an age. Again, don't hold on to it, but we'll see. Hopefully it will help pin it down. So the first chap that joins me this evening, I have a sailor that feels like he's joining me. So I do believe he's a young guy. And I see him in the Navy uniform, kind of the white and the blue piping. I think that's a UK Navy. My mind's gone a bit blank. So I do believe he's quite a young chap as well. I don't feel that he would hit a great age when he went to Spirit. I'm going to say less than 30. Can anyone take a Navy sailor at the moment, please? I do feel I'm going back a couple of generations, so I think this could even be a granddad's brother. I'm going to put a little stake in the ground for that. Does that mean anything to anyone, please? As I invite him to come a bit closer for me. He feels that he had kind of strawberry blonde hair. He's wearing his hat, so I can't see his hair that clearly. But I feel like it's strawberry blonde hair that he had going on. And you know, part of me wonders if he's got some Irish roots. He may not have had, but I sort of see an English-Irish connection, maybe. So, does that mean anything to anyone, please? And the name Dan may resonate as well. So, some quite specifics there. I've gone early. I've chucked my hat in the ring quite soon.
I can take everything. I was hoping I wasn't going to until you said Dan, and that's husband's name. However, the age doesn't make sense, but the sailor merchant navy does make sense to me. Dan's obviously my husband, and this would be connections. They are blonde. They are all blondes in their house, in their family. And his granddad, and I do believe on his great uncle's side, there was a merchant navy. So I can take it, but I don't want to just jump in if somebody else is able to resonate, because I couldn't take the age. That was the only thing I couldn't take.
Okay. He's a bit more distant, so I'm not going to sort of go back on the age, but there's something about it feels like there's music coming through as well. Would that make sense? There's a connection with music or liking singing or something. Because you know what, the image that's coming to my mind, you may be too young for this one, but you know the Morecambe and Wise sailor song, when they're doing the sailor, I forget who it is now, but there's 7 of them doing. Do you remember this? It's a joke. It's a comedy thing.
And I'm Morecambe and Wise. I don't know the song.
So I'm going right back. It will come out every Christmas. If anyone in the chat can help us here, then. But there's a scene they do, and that's what's kind of coming to my mind, funnily enough. Was there more than one Navy man more than one sailor in your? Okay, so Nicola's come through as well.
I was about to say, yeah. There's only one in my side, so okay. I'm going to step back because Nicola can take that and she can take the other bit and then keep on going, because it may well be my lot pop in to sort of help sometimes or his lot pops in to boost. So I'm going to step back and ask Spirit to step back for me, but ask them to step back forward for you.
Okay, thank you. So Nicola, can you take, is your auntie's husband, your uncle, is he in spirit? Just right. So as I talk, he feels to be quite a lively sort of man. He was a happy guy. He is quite a social guy, very caring about people. He had a very big heart. Okay, so looking for a strawberry blonde, give or take, chap. The age 30 will maybe around. I'm struggling to get his age, to be honest, but I do feel it's around the age of 30. Is something connected. And yeah, in the Navy. And I do believe there'll be a picture of him wearing the white uniform and the blue piping on it. My mind's gone blank. I'm sure that's the UK Navy uniform. I don't think I'm going back to America or somewhere, but I'm sure it's the American. So as he comes forward, he comes forward with a big jolly feeling around him. He was a happy guy. I do believe he loved being at sea. He loved being out and exploring the world. And as he was growing up, he would have that would have been his dream, really. I hear the number 16. I feel that he would have gone into the Navy from a very young age. I think that's the youngest you can join. So if you can take any of that for me, please, Nicola. And does I've just heard HMS Victory being given to me. Does that mean anything for you, please? Is it Victory? Not sure. Don't really know my boats. I feel somewhere around him there's going to be the name Celia. The name Celia has been given to me as well. More of a distance, though. I'm not sure she's in spirit. I just feel that he's giving me the name Celia. And you know, I see he shows me some Skittles. There's going to be a family story, I believe, about Skittles, not sweets, the bowling Skittles. I think there's going to be some sort of family story there. He liked doing it or something like that. Or that was how he entertained himself. I have another gentleman step forward with this guy, and he's looking an older man, and he's got glasses. And the name Frank may resonate, actually, but it feels like he's got dark grey hair. And again, I feel there may be some Irish roots there from how this is being given to me. But he feels quite a solid, broad sort of guy. glasses, black hair, and it's gone grey, and there's a bit of a curl in it. Bit of a wiry hair, if that would make sense. Okay, used to be a sticker upper for Skittles. There's a job he didn't know existed, isn't it? Who would have thought there's a job out there or somebody doing that? I suppose that makes perfect sense. It's not all down the bowling alley. Can you say the name Agnes as well, please? I feel there's a name Agnes being given to me. Agnes, Agatha? No, Agnes. I'm going to change it to Agatha. And the name Celia is being given to me again. So they're the two sort of lady names that's coming through. I feel that's all I'm getting for this chap. I do want to give again the boat HMS Victory as being a thing. And you know, I'm being. I know there's a poppy on the screen of Thundersley Church. I'm being drawn about the poppy as well. So I feel that there's somebody that's commemorating memories in your family around Poppy Day that's obviously coming up as well. So I feel that's a thing. And if I can leave his love with you and say thank you for working me on that.
So I'm going to help you out a little bit because I know that Nicola could take a lot. I know she said she could take the Celia as well. So Celia is relevant to me as well. So I do think you potentially had a bit of a double link going on there, Lizzie, as well. Frank we can take as well because that was the cat's name. Agnes would have been, from doing the family history, would have been, I think, his great. I think this gentleman's great aunt, so it would have been the Agnes, because I've done the whole family tree, and I have just very subtly WhatsApped hubby to see if HMS Victory also made it. And when you said about the Poppy Day, my daughter is doing a public services course and she is moaning because she has got to do the parade as well. So I do think you had a double link there with me and Nicola. I did keep telling my lot to step back for you. So, but I can see Nicola's come back. She had a Celia as well. I see she also said her grandparents commemorate Poppy Day as well. So well done for your first go. With the way the fact is we've got firework night, that can be a bit of a changes the energy as well. You did really, really well. And I do apologise. I've got an accent going on there as well. That my lot are around you. I'll
Always
talk. No, we need to tell them to go away and leave you alone so you can have nice, clear links. But that's all about this development. It is all about learning to feel that vibe. Because so, Liz, do you see spirit as in the form, or are you a bit like me, Claire, or kind of downloads?
So I see quite a lot, and sometimes hear and then know stuff. Yeah, the cognizance.
So when you're in churches, do you see the people's loved ones standing beside them?
No, I get it as third eye.
You get his third eye. I was just interested. It's always good to have a little chat to see how we work. Okay, we've got lots more lovely people coming on. So if you are new to Thundersley Presents, this is our lovely once a month safe place to allow working mediums, aka the lovely Lizzie tonight, to work and build on her mediumship on a digital platform. As I've said before, digital platform is completely different when it comes to mediumship to when it is working in churches and centres. It's a different type of energy. It's a fantastic energy, but it is a different type of energy. And as mediums, that's what we're trying to learn and grow with. So, as I said, Lizzie, she's a working medium. She's done churches. She's been in circles. It's not like Lizzie's new. However, she is still growing on her online presence. So please, if she does come to you, like the lovely Nicola was doing, feedback. with the comments so Lizzie knows where she is with it, because it does help us, especially as mediums, when we're looking to sort of get that feedback and build our confidence. So Lizzie, got anybody else there that fancy having a chin wag with you?
So I do have a chap steps forward for me, and he feels like an older chap, and I feel it feels familiar, but I'll go with it. So I feel the name Reg is going to connect, and the reason why I'm saying it's familiar, I know I was here last month, so I'm not sure if the chap's turned up again. So, but let's see if it goes there. So the name chap may resonate around this guy. He feels like he's an older man, so I want to put him in his 70s or his 80s. He's a chap that comes across as being, so I do feel granddad, that generation. He comes across as being, he would have been known as being a bit grumpy. However, he had a heart of gold. I see him with quite a good head of hair, and dark hair. It does feel like dark hair. Although, as I say that, there's now some grey that's starting to come through his hair. He feels to be quite a solid build. So I'm not sure that he's very tall, but he does feel quite solid shoulders. Does anyone take any of that, please? Reggie does come through to me. He would have been, if you looked at him, he was a lovely chap. But if you look at him, you'd think he's a bit miserable. But then when you know him, or when he lets his guard down a bit, that's when the smiles come through. He's a lovely guy. Although I think actually he did have a little, he did like to have a little moan about the state of the world. I do think he is, or the state of the village or whatever. I do think he could do that. And I do see this gentleman as being a granddad, a grandpa. I think he was known as grandpa, possibly. So does that meaning anything to anyone, please? The glasses, as he shows me the glasses, they're kind of the old-fashioned style, the really thick frames, sort of dark frames. So I feel he would have had those, sort of the black frame along the top. Do you recognise this, Lucinda, as being any of the description, sort of in terms of his personality that comes through? Or have you heard that about him if he's your partner's granddad? Okay, two coming through. The name Ethel may resonate around. Okay, thank you. So I've got 3 names now. The name Ethel may resonate around him. He was very much a traditional man. He was a man of routine. I feel that he lived in quite a small, I don't want to say village, maybe a bit bigger than a village of his time. It might be a bigger place now, but at the time it would have felt more like a village. It might have been built up now, but it would have felt like a village at the time. And it's kind of the, he shows me the village pub, and I do believe he would have liked a pint of stout in the village pub. He was somebody, as his personality, he was somebody who he liked everything to be done right in terms of if people tried to cut corners, he would be a bit irritated by that, and he'd be kind of a bit of a eye roll on that one. Kind of a stickler for his ways is the kind of the feeling that I'm getting from him. He shows me as wearing, and this may be a photo link for you, is like kind of wearing a really heavy, what's the expression? Not tartan. what's the expression?
Burberry, Barber.
Maybe Barber. Yeah, maybe Barber. A really thick jacket. So I've still got three in at the moment. So he was somebody who very much liked doing everything very correctly, and he expected everyone else to do everything correctly as well.
You're okay. You've got a double. May have linked, but at least you know that Dee and Jackie are related, so that's all right. You're doing okay.
Yeah. Okay, so as I link in a bit more with him, this hopefully will start dividing it. He now shows me his vegetable patch. I feel that this may have been in his garden, or if not, he had an allotment. And he loved potatoes is being given to me. And carrots, the sort of this traditional thing. He was somebody who would be out bringing in the vegetables for the Sunday dinner, that sort of thing, and really enjoying just being outside as well. And he's shown me a scarecrow. I've just got an image of a scarecrow on this thing. So again, there may be a memory link about a scarecrow that's going on there. He tells me that he would be outside come rain or shine. The weather didn't stop him. He didn't. If he had his personality, he's a lovely man. If he had a job to do, then nothing would stop him in his tracks. He would keep going until he. Yeah, thank you, Dee. I think I must be working with you, Dee, and Jacqueline. Nothing would stop him in his tracks. He would keep going until that thing got done. And even if he felt like he was at a brick wall, he's somebody who just doesn't let go, like a dog with a bone in its teeth, that sort of feeling to him. He doesn't particularly want. I'm asking about some information like what he did for a living or that sort of thing. He doesn't particularly want to go there. There may be paperwork that was around there. I've still got a double link. I'm just being given some. I'm just asking for more evidence that break it. I'm just being given some marbles as well. There may be something about marbles. This gentleman loved books. I see a big shelf of books going on, and they're very old books. I do believe that when he passed to spirit, there was quite a job to sort of deal with stuff like that, deal with the books. He tells me that he did national service. He did his 2 years. And he was very proud to serve the country and do that, although he didn't want to do any more than the 2 years.
Lizzie, what I'll do is I'll take Karen King's person and I'll ask him to step over to me.
Okay.
And then I will do Karen's gentleman to give you the space to be able to get your link there, because I can obviously link in and I'll say to them, wait, come over this side of part of Essex.
Perfect, let's do that.
Okay. Karen, I will connect in with your gentleman to give Lizzie the space to be able to bring in Jackie, because I can see, Lizzie, your energy works really well with Jackie and Dee, so he's obviously coming forward. So I'll ask your fella, Karen, to come and have a chinwag with me in a minute. And that should hopefully help you, Lizzie, as well.
Perfect. So yeah, as this chap comes forward, he really is showing me how he softened in later life. He became just more relaxed and more chilled. The outside again becomes more important for him. I do believe that being a granddad was one of the best things that he did. In terms of he loved the role of being a granddad. I think as being a dad, he was very strict and things weren't as quite smooth there. He seems to be talking to me about a daughter as well, so I do believe he had a daughter that would be the link here through your family tree to get to him. Your mum, even, let's word it properly, your mum. He's doing the very traditional things of literally pulling out boiled sweets out of his pocket and offering a boiled sweet. So I think that's something you would have as a memory link. And he shows me a globe. You know, the globes that you kind of spin on a thing, like an ornament type thing. He shows me that. And I don't know if this means that he had one of these or he's showing me his love for the world. But he's spinning, and it was near the books. He kept this near the books. It's an old object. I can't think what the word would be if you've got a globe that shows the world. I hear Africa being given to me as well. So whether he served in Africa or he did some travels to Africa, I feel there's some link there. Tanzania. Randomly, Tanzania has just been given to me. I feel it's in towards the later life when he'd kind of let go of the regiment part of life. He really did just enjoy being outside. I think I've said this, but being outside, doing his gardening, having a pint in the pub, and being part of the community. Being community was very important to him. I don't know if this is my human mind kicking in, but there's something about, you may have a memory link about shining shoes. Something he did on a Sunday evening. I feel there's a memory about shining shoes with the newspaper underneath. He certainly is raising a glass of stout to you, a dark ale. Maybe that's because we were talking about it just before we came online. But if I can leave his love with you, and then I'll let Claire work with Karen's guy. Thanks, Jacqueline and Dee.
They're making you work tonight, aren't they, Lizzie? They gave you a full sense of security last time. But they're like, we'll make it easier. Right, Karen King. I asked your gentleman to step over because obviously Lizzie is, and I hate the word developing because it's not the right word, enhancing her mediumship on a digital platform. So I know that's why I sort of said to your gentleman, and I was linking, I was like, oh, look, mate, give her a break. Like, come and have a chin wag with me. So Karen, I'm asking him to step forward. As he is coming forward, he gives me that October is a significant month, the birthday, party, and anniversary. He's also talking to me about February being another significant month and March. So October, February, and March are being significant months for you. And he's also saying at the moment, he's watching because I want to do this with my hands, because there is that very much, there is that feeling with you, Karen. You are feeling quite stressed out, or you're feeling a little bit anxious. Now, this lovely gentleman, as he's stepping forward, he's also telling me this isn't your drama. So although you may be feeling anxious and a little bit worried, and it is that kind of holding their hands, it isn't your drama. So that it gives me that feeling that it's something that you're taking on other people's worries, you're worrying about it. He also says he wants to know that he does chuckle, because he says you've been trying to give advice to somebody down here and it's through one ear and out the other, and he's laughing his head off because he says he sees that you're trying to coach and mentor and support people, but it literally feels like you're hitting your head against a brick wall. Now, my accent's also changing. So when my accent changes, that gives me the sense of feeling that they had a strong local dialect. So, okay, thank you very much. a strong local dialect. I always say if my Essex accents get strong, it means that there's a strong dialect, not that everybody lives in Essex or London. Okay. He's also joking how there is somebody down here, the phrase, there was a little girl with a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. And when she's bad, she's horrid. So he is asking, I have, yes, no, don't listen. He's chuckling about how there is this one with a little curl. And the reason being is he's drawing to the fact that one of my little curls are kicking in the back of my neck. So, you know, I've been in the rain. So he is joking. Now, that may be linked in where you're feeling a little bit anxious. I want to give you, thank you very much. I'm not even going to try and do a Leicester accent. It all comes out anyway. He also keeps me, somebody is either feeling really quite impatient. I want to be driving with this gentleman, so not with him, but somebody in your life driving, and they're either really impatient. Okay, yeah, that was my daughter. Thank you very much. And he's talking to me about how they driving. No, not driving you mad, but more they want things to happen quicker. They're in a little bit of an impatient. And he's like, whoa, put the brakes on and slow down. Okay, sir, you made me talk fast. Thank you very much, sir. What else do you want to have a chin wag about first? Why have you come see our lovely Karen? Okay. He's saying how at the moment that little bit of worry and stress you've got, it shouldn't be in your hands. It should be for them to take on. It's like you want to just try and fix everything. And this lovely gentleman is saying that sometimes you have to allow things to fall, allow some of the juggling balls to drop on the floor in order. He's impatient for his driving test. That was a driving bit. In order for them to learn. Because he's saying how he, within the family, was very much, I got mechanics, I've got engineering, so I don't know whether there's that engineering link as well. But it's a little bit like, well, actually, sometimes we have to allow the ones that we love to fall down a little bit. We're still going to be there to pick them up, but to empower them rather than disempower them, because if we do everything, we're not giving them the tools. So this lovely gentleman is sort of just taking on, sometimes you have to allow them to fall a little bit. You're still going to be the safety net. You're still going to be there looking after them. But sometimes we can accidentally disempower them. We don't mean to, but we can be. Okay, he also talks to me about a pair of earrings. Somebody's got a pair of earrings they've got lost. He's like, don't worry about it. So again, there's a little bit of stress around you. Is there anything else you want to talk to me about before I'm going to go back to Lizzie? It's Lizzie's show, not mine. Come and talk to me, sir. There's something about, here we go. Banger racing cars. Dad was an engineer. Okay. I've got to talk about the lamps. Somebody's got a thing about I agree with you. And my accent gets strong, so I do apologise. Obviously, it is an Essex accent rather than a nice posh one. He's going, I've lost my mum's earrings. He's like, don't worry about it. But he agrees. He went, the decor just doesn't work. And the way he's making me feel always is my hand on my hips. I always say about how I'm sitting as well. And he's going, yeah, that don't work. So he's agreeing with you. So I don't know whether you or somebody else within the family has put some wallpaper paint up. I'm looking at lampshades, but he's laughing his head off as well because he's like, yeah, I don't agree. Karen, he's just coming to give you that love and reassurance. Try not to take on everybody's drama. He's there and he's just coming to give you a little bit of upliftment. And he's asked you not to get stressed out about your earrings, my darling. And with that, I'm going to close this connection down because it is for the lovely Lizzie to do the work, not me. I'm here just to be the presenter. And I'll just say thank you very much for allowing me to work with you. I hope them bits resonate. And if it doesn't, you just decorated, you don't like it. There we go. I was just about to say, if it doesn't, don't worry about it. Hold on to it. Right, I'm going to be quiet now. Right, back over to you, Lizzie. I've dealt with your guy now. Have you got anybody?
So I've got the really early start of a chap that's drawing forward. I'm not sure I've got enough detail to be able to pin it down, but I feel there's a younger guy, so between 30 to 45 at the moment, I'm going to say, who went to spirit. And I do believe this will be through an accident. He doesn't feel very strongly because if he hasn't come through many times to a platform or delivering a message before. So I think he's quite new to spirit, or this will be his first 1 or 2 times of giving a message. I see him as the name Jeremy may resonate for him. I see him, and I do believe this is going to be a friend link or a friend of a sibling link. I do feel I'm on that sort of generation there. And I'm being given a car. So I feel there maybe have been a car related to how this lovely chap went to spirit. He feels to be quite a tall guy. He feels to be quite a slim guy. Blondie brown hair is what's coming through. And a big smile. I feel that tennis may have been given. Is this meaning anything to anyone, please? He was a guy who lived life quite quickly. And I believe he was quite sporty. I think I'm now going younger than 40. I want to talk about him being close to 30s, I think. Is anyone going to step forward for this lovely guy? I just checked, just that your name's just jumped out on the screen there for me. Lucinda, is this meaning anything for you, please? Because I just heard the word Austin. Okay. As I connect in with him, he feels to be, again, he's given me the kind of the sporty link, the love of life link. He was here one day and he was gone the next. He went to spirit very quickly. If it didn't go in a car, I believe he had a sporty car. If it wasn't about a car accident, he had a sporty car. Or a car that he was proud of. Is that making any sense to you, please? As he connects in with me and he comes closer, it's his smile that really stands out. He's got a really warm, genuine smile. And big eyes. He's got big eyes. And tennis again is being given to me. I want to talk about, he's putting a tennis racket in my hand. He tells me that I feel he had an office job. Or worked with papers. He worked with something to do with papers.
I think Karen's family's come back again. I think you still need to give a reading, Lizzie, because it seems to me that
what's the reading, or is their family around? I don't feel this chap had kids. I don't feel that he had a younger family of his own. Oh, I'm now being given a little 2-year-old, funnily enough. So he may have had a nephew or something like that. His thing was about he was a big socializer. He loved hanging out with friends. He loved doing local traveling. I'm getting this a bit wrong, I think. He loved being out and about. There we go. And I hear no, just clocked it there. That's why I got the name Deborah. In fact, no, I will say I hear the name Deborah because I've just seen it on the screen. That's come out to mind for me. So Debbie or Deborah, maybe around this chap as well. He makes me feel that the season is springtime. because I see spring flowers, the reds and the yellows. So I feel there's going to be something about red and yellow flowers. Again, I'm looking at poppy now, that sort of style of flowers. There's going to be some sort of link there, please. And he really drew... Oh, okay. So thank you, Karen. If I can continue to work with you then, please. He's really drawing me to a memory of a weekend away. I want to talk about going away for a weekend and having loads of fun. Thank you. He shows me kind of a memory of this weekend away being like a big country house, that sort of thing. So something in Norfolk or somewhere like that, I feel I want to offer you now. He comes through now. He's really impressing upon me about his love of life, about how life is for experiences and fun and doing things and not letting life stop you and slow you down. I wasn't actually listening to Claire's message to you, to be honest. I was connecting in. Okay, thank you, Sandringham. I feel he's coming in for something along the lines of don't let life stop for you at the moment, or somebody around you, in terms of keep taking the opportunities is what he's, because that was his attitude to life. There we go. That, I'm shivering up now. That was his attitude to life. He grabbed every opportunity that he could grab, and he would regret what he didn't try if he would regret what he didn't try if he didn't give it a try. Bad English, but you know what I mean there. If an opportunity's, I now feel I want to say, if an opportunity's been laid out for you on a plate, take it, because you can always step back, as opposed to never knowing what you've taken from, what you've not taken from the plate. I feel I'm now going to go into loads of analogies. He comes in with the word love because I've just connected him with the game of tennis, and he's given me the number 40, love. Was he in case the number 40 is relevant, whether he was 40 when he went to Spirit, or whether he was just short of being 40. But the word love is coming to my mind, and I feel that he had a lot of love for people and a lot of love for life, and he really is kind of bestowing that around you right now. I'm sort of seeing the hearts sort of go on. So I'm going to have to, it feels like I want to just give a sentence of philosophy, because it feels like he is doing the hearts being connected to each other, and it's about that is what helps you get through the more gloomier days. Okay, thank you. And good luck with it. Good luck. He comes in with just lots of love and lots of laughter, and if I can just leave that with you, because that's he's a lovely collection. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for working with me.
Well done. Funny how Karen's lot wanted to work with you. They're terrible. I don't know about you, what you get, Lizzie, but when I get in churches, I can't walk away from somebody. Once I've started working with somebody here, not in Spirit, if they can't take it, I will go and find where I need to go and then come back. I'm one of them ones that I like to work with who I've worked with. So yeah, I do know how when you get thrown around like that. I will say very quickly for I can't remember the lovely lady's name. That was all for Chloe. Chloe, I asked your fella to sort of serve a chinwag, because I've asked him to come forward for you as well, just to sort of be conscious, because they do like, it's a new age word in Lizzie. It's called postcarding. That's what they use on TikTok. It's called postcarding. We used to call it piggybacking, where our loved ones like to jump on, especially when they know there's a medium that's working. They like to start throwing things in. Right. But Chloe, the lovely Chloe, I wanted to give you, because I asked him what was his message for you, so at least you get a message. He talks to me about a plate of meat, feet. So I know I've got to give you a Cockney slang with this gentleman, either terminology, apples and pears up them stairs, and obviously a plate of meat, feet, as they say. But he's saying, don't worry, what goes around comes around. So there feels like, and he's making me do this, so it makes me feel there's two situations around you, or individuals that have either not necessarily stepped up to the plate, or they've not necessarily been there for you or the family, because he's saying what goes around comes around. Okay, he's asking you just to try not get drawn into it, and he's just placed in front of me the 5 of Wands, which is basically just don't get involved in silly pettiness and arguments and such, right? So he just come in, I asked him to come in and give you and he gave me the name Gloria. I don't know, unless you can understand, Chloe can understand Gloria Estefan. I've just got to give you Gloria. But it seems like there's two people, two situations that you feel let down. Let him get on with it. Karma will get on. Don't get involved in the debate. And like I said, there is that Cockney slang as well for you. So I hope that resonates for you, Chloe. So I'm going to stop. We've obviously still got some time. Lizzie, did you want to... brilliant, Chloe makes sense. I can just see Chloe's coat. Yeah, totally fabulous. Lizzie, do you have another person? Did you want to take a break for a minute and just sort of tell those that have just jumped on who you work? Or have you got a really noisy person in spirit that wants to have a chin wag with you? She's on mute. You're on mute, my lovely.
I was muting while you were talking. I've just had a little lad join me. I feel I want to put him at the age of 7. So between, I'm going to give myself a bit of a break there between the age of 5 and 9. But I do feel it's 7. Really cheeky lad. Really funny. They all are at that age, hopefully. Hopefully they've all got the sense of humour at that age still and loving life. I see him with brown hair, a bit of a curl to it. And life is all about playtime, which again, that's how life should be for a 7-year-old. I do feel he had illness, though. I do believe that he was ill for some of his life, the last 2 years of his life, and he would have been in and out of hospital. Does that resonate for anyone, please? I do feel he may have had... No, I do believe he had an illness that eventually took him to spirit. Obviously, because he went to spirit. 7-year-old, though. Can anyone take that at all? I'm going down a generation and along, so this could be a nephew or a friend's child. And I'm just being given the name Matthew as well, if the name Matthew resonates, somewhere around him. Matt or Matthew, around him or around you. And the name Darren may resonate around you or him as well. Quite specific. I feel he was going into hospital to have something like chemo. He's kind of putting a drip in my arm. May not be chemo, maybe just a drip for fluids, to be honest. I'm not sure I can see it as chemo. I do believe he had a sister. I know there's no names coming up there, but I do believe he had a sister, a big sister. And the name Chris may resonate. Is that meaning anything to anyone, please? Or have you got anything there? Can you see him at all, Claire?
Yeah, I can. And when you said illness, now I'm no doctor, and I'm pretty sure you're not a doctor either. We're just ourselves. This sounds weird, and as Donna said, we'll keep on going, because what normally happens is this obviously gets recorded, and then somebody else. I kept getting tuberculosis, I don't know whether I was picking up. I mean, I'm no doctor, so I could feel the drip. Let me see if he's going to have a little chin wag with me. Okay. I've got to go ginger hair. I've just been given ginger hair is what I've just been given. So he's just given me ginger. Yeah, I can't. If it's not him, it'll be mum or auntie will have ginger hair. Okay, let me see where. Let me see what he's going on with. I know it's a typical thing, but somebody wanted to decorate his room, or he wanted his room decorated with Marvel because he's placing now Spider-Man, but I don't know whether that is from what is in his hospital room or whether that was in his hospital. I've asked him what he wanted to say, and then Lizzie, I'll see if he will come back, have a little chat with you as well, because I asked him, what you here for, sweetie? And he's come back and went, can you tell mummy I'm not scared? Wasn't scared. So he gives me that feeling that mummy needs to know, and it may well be one of you. You may not be able to take it, but it might be a friend or a family member talks about somebody, and he's going, mummy, I'm not scared. So I don't know whether auntie was worried about him going over without family members, because I feel like Nan and Granddad is still here. So that's how he's making me feel. He's making me feel that I need to tell I wasn't scared near the end of how he passed. Lizzie, I'm going to ask him to step over to your way and see if you can pick anything more with him, because it was your original connection.
So as he comes in, he also brings in a Labrador. So there's going to be a big fat Labrador around him as a family or friend that's with him as well. If not, he's found one over in spirit. But he's certainly got a big fat yellow Labrador with him. Who's absolutely gorgeous. There's a love of dogs that's happening there as well. When you were talking about decorating, I actually had trains come to my mind as well. So there's going to be a love of trains, because I'm seeing the green and the yellow and the red cars, that sort of the train that comes through. I do feel there's if it's not a sister, it'll be a friend that's like a sister or a cousin that's 2 years older, and she was and I hear the name Nicola being around me as well, that may be around there somewhere. But he also knows how upset she was, obviously, when he went to spirit. He had a lot of love and a lot of laughter with her. So yeah, that's what I get. Lovely lad.
Yeah, I'll go and see if I can get him some dates. Oh, their calendar's pants up there, let alone getting anything else. Right, come on, young man. We're playing ping pong with him, bless him. If you think about, luckily their spirit and their energy, so they're not literally having to jump from one house to another house, but he is coming through. Okay, I've got to give this, he loves party rings, because I'm asking him to give me little bits of extra. I've got the party rings, so he loves party rings, the family loves party rings. Doesn't matter whether it's big ones or small ones, but I want to know the blue ones was his favourite. But this girl that's connected, that lovely Lizzie picked up like the yellow ones. So there's a difference and I want to go Lello. So it's not yellow, it's Lello. So there is a joke around the family as well. I know this will go where it needs to go, because it always happens. This lovely lad, as I said, he wanted to reassure about not being scared going over in spirit. As I said, he makes me feel that his grandparents were here. So a lot of us, when we lose our younger family, don't we? We always think, wouldn't it be nice if they go and they've met over there? But he's like, I was fine. I was okay. Okay, what else do you want to come talk to me about? Give me some months then, sweetie. I want to give you June. So June will make sense. Birthday, party, and anniversary. What other months, darling? August. I feel his energy because he's making me feel quite childish now, because I'm like, August. Right. So he knows he's like, I know my dates. I'm like, yes, sweetie, you do know your dates. Come and give me that. And December. So I know he would have been that type of energy. He's making me laugh because I really now want to be silly with his energy. So I know this message, it's about, with Lizzie and I here this evening, it's about knowing that he's okay. But I also feel like, as he does, he's also bringing in other little ones in the spirit world as well. For those that have lost a little one, or a little one that didn't touch the earth, or has one, they're over there having a great time in the spirit world, because this message isn't just obviously for the lovely lady and gentleman that be able to connect, but he's also making me feel that he's found lots of friends over in the spirit world, and they're all having fun. And it's fun in the spirit world, because I want to be really silly. And I'm like, what's it like up there? He's going, you get whatever you want. Like, and he's telling me, like, no bedtimes. So this isn't just for the lovely lady. This is for those who have lost their loved ones in the spirit world, the younger ones. They grow up and they have a cracking time in the spirit world. So for anybody that can resonate, may not resonate with this young man, but can resonate it from an emotional point of view, please know that your little ones in spirit are having a wonderful time. There is so much joy and pleasure in there as well. So hopefully, for those that are watching, it may help give those that need to comfort and reassurance. And also, exactly, Zoe's just put all our angel babies are dancing together. Exactly, they're having a cracking time up there. Honestly, there's no bedtime. They're happy. There's no bedtime up there. But I do hope, and like I said, this always goes where it needs to go. So I do know. But this little young lad just went, oh, I got to give the name Tommy. Thomas. I went, what else haven't he went to say Tommy? So I need to pass over Tommy as well. So I hope that resonates. Bless Katie. I hope that resonates with yourself and you can take the message away. Well, Lizzie, we've come to the end of the evening. They've made you work tonight, haven't they? Please tell us, where can our lovely people find you? And this gives Rob a job to go and get your details up. Where can they come and find you if they want to work with you from a one-to-one reading, or what do you do? Where can they find you?
Okay, so if they look at my website, I'm actually doing a thing that I'm doing readings and you can make a donation to charity. So there's not many dates there, but have a look on that. And if you want to go for that, then I'll be more than happy if you've got a favourite charity.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, thank you. That's lovely. And there we go. Look, Rob's on the ball because he's just put it down there. And we've got Maria on here. One day I'm going to drag her on here, Lizzie. So you need to tell her how great and how fun it is, because Maria is a fantastic medium that one day I'll convince her to come on. Like, she was going to stay quiet, but she said, I can take it all regarding this young man. So I'm glad Maria's been able to take it, but obviously if anybody else. So brilliant. We are now to the end of this evening. We will be back. If you enjoyed watching the lovely Lizzie and the other mediums, please, by all means, make sure that you like and follow Thundersley Presents, because what is amazing about Thundersley Presents, it isn't just this one show. It isn't just about supporting mediums coming on and building up their confidence online. But what I absolutely love about Thundersley is the fact that they continue with their divine service on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Now, I know so many people can feel quite wary when they hear the word divine service, or they see in it is a Christian church and it may feel like it doesn't align with their belief systems. I always say, if you want to see an amazing divine service and have an insight into that, then please come and watch Thundersley that's tonight. Thundersley's divine service on Sundays. It's great. You get to see the beginning of the church. You get to see the opening prayer. You get to hear Peter's reading. You get to hear an address, and then you get to watch and work with the medium online. It's such an amazing. I say show is not the right show because it's not a show. It's such an amazing platform to watch, because you get to see what divine service is like. And I know I was the same. Divine service, oh, that sounds a bit serious. And now I do them. But what is great is Thundersley does this for free. Thank you very much, Rob. Thundersley does it for free. We do this for free. It isn't about making money. It is all about showing and sharing this world of spirit, and also showing us that there is life after life. And as you can tell, I'm just about to see, but Rob's already done it. If you want to and you're new to me, you can come and find me. I'm knocking about on another page, as they say. You can come and find me. I'm Heavenly Sprinkles, but if not, I will be back here. So make sure, if you enjoyed this page, make sure you come and follow Thundersley, so you get to see not only divine service, you get to see a lovely new medium next Wednesday, the first Wednesday of every month. So you'll be seeing a lovely new one in December. And with that, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to say, Lizzie, is there anything else you want to say before we close for the evening?
No, it's been lovely fun. Thank you. And thank you to all the little links and the links that came through and the loved ones that are out there.
Excellent. Right, you lot, as we say, look after yourselves, take care, and we will see you next month. Bye.